What's poppin', T Squad? It's your girl Keisha, and I am here with a brand new video. So today's video will be on Kiki, Do You Love Me? From Love and Marriage Huntsville. She recently went live over the weekend, and a lot of you inboxed me and was asking me to talk about, her live because she discussed the show and her relationship with Tisha and Miss Wanda. And I watched it, and she had a lot to say. She clued us in on a lot of their background information. We got to know more about her, who she is, what she does for a living, and just to be able to hear her speak and tell her side of the story. It was very interesting to me. It gave me an all new appreciation for her from outside of what we have seen on the show. She's a very smart, articulate woman with a lot going on for herself. I was very shocked when I found out what she actually does for a living. You all will be shocked as well if you didn't catch the live yourself over the weekend. But like I said, I was very stunned at what she does for a living. She's a very smart, intelligent woman, well-spoken. She seems like she's very nice, very polite. She looked actually really pretty on this live too as well. I could tell that she's getting her look together now that she's being featured more on the show. And overall, I pretty much believed everything that she had to say because she took accountability for a lot of her faults too as well. And I would like to see more of her on the show. And I can't wait to see how everything is going to play out between her and her family on this show. Carlos has said that her relationship with Tisha is very reminiscent of Teresa Giudice from Real Housewives of New Jersey's relationship on prior seasons when her cousin Kathy Wakili joined the show. So it's going to be very much in the vein of that if you are a Jersey fan and you know how contentious it was between Kathy and Teresa. And I'm getting that same vibe with Tisha and Keke as well, especially since they have had this somewhat of a competition with each other over the years. And I can see Tisha feeling some type of way that she's in the spotlight. She's on this huge hit show. And then here comes her cousin now being featured on this show as well, and she probably is feeling like, can I just have anything to myself? But I don't think that Kiki necessarily was coming on the show to fuck up their relationship, especially based off what she says in this live. I just think that things end up turning out that way. But overall, we will see how everything plays out on the rest of this season. Take a look at Kiki's interview and listen and pay attention to everything that she has to say.
But all right, y'all go back. Y'all go back in. Okay. Thank you, baby. He likes to love on everybody all the time. This is my sweet baby, isn't that right? Thank you, Easy Ways. Say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Goodbye. Let grown folks talk. Thank you. Well, I guess he can hear the grown folk conversation. But Kimmy made it worse. What was it? Okay, that's what I do have a Rottweiler. Wait, in my Rottweiler out of the dang gone socket because my battery is about to die. I'm sorry, y'all. Hold on 1 minute. Let me plug this back up. Goodness. Okay. I didn't say anything that wasn't already known. Neither did I try to. Let me say this, y'all. Everyone who knows me knows what type of person I am, knows what type of friend that I am. I am not the type of person that's a malicious person. A lot of people are saying and running with the narrative that you went on TV to go against your cousin. No, I didn't, y'all. I didn't go on TV. I would never go on TV to go against my cousin. Truth be told, my cousin and I had a discussion about that. And I'm trying to make sure that I don't say something that I shouldn't say right now, because some things will be revealed, and I am new at this, so be a little patient with me. I'm trying to make sure that I say things the correct way and not reveal anything that I'm not supposed to reveal just yet. But she and I had an understanding. She knew that I was going on the show before I filmed one scene. She knew. We talked about it, we discussed some things, and we were supposed to be doing this thing together. But I feel like she switched it up on me. It was not me who switched it up on her. It was her job. Well, not her job, but it was she who switched it up on me. Hey, beauty, we know you're... No, I'm not a malicious person, and I do want everyone to understand that. I have had a lot of people, trying to come for me and say, you're disloyal, yada, yada, yada. Let me make this very clear. I have always been the type of person to stick up for my family and my friends and the people who I love. I can't even think of a time somebody has come for my family or my friends in my presence that I didn't get involved, okay? I have always been that person, that rah-rah person for Tisha, like, what you want to do? Like, nah, they not gonna mess with you. What we need to do? What's happening? Don't talk to my cousin this way. Don't treat my cousin that way. I would jump for her before she would jump for her. That's how it's always been. Kiki has always jumped for Tisha. And I don't feel like that's always been reciprocated. As a result of me becoming fed up with dealing with certain things in our relationship, I decided that I'd had enough. And I had enough of the victim people playing the victim card when they the case. So even for her to run with that narrative that I was coming onto the show to try to be malicious and go against her when she knows very well that's not the case, that really ticked me off. And I most definitely felt and still do feel some kind of way about that, because she knows that's not the case. And that's why in a post that I did make, I know a lot of people saw the post where, I said some not so nice things about my cousin, and I did do some name calling. Y'all, I do not make excuses for that. That was wrong. I'm a hothead, and when people do things to tick me off, a lot of times I just react, and later on I come back and I say, I should have handled that differently. That's one of my flaws. That's one of the things that I'm working on. But if people who love Kiki, they love her flaws, and they also understand that I have to work on some things in my life, and that's one of the things that I have to work on, is not responding to certain things when I'm angry and in the moment. So let me answer some questions. That's the problem. She needs to handle her own problems. I agree. And I was one of the people who would always jump in and handle her problems for her. And let me say this, not even that. There was a time when we were in college, and Tisha didn't have a boyfriend at the time, and I knew that she was, sad that she didn't have a boyfriend. So what I would do every birthday, every Valentine's Day, I would go and get, like one Valentine's, I went and got her a bunch of balloons and flowers and a card and, some other stuff. And I had an extra key to her car, so I surprised her. I put all the stuff in her car, and when she came out, her car was decorated with balloons and all kind of things. Those are the types of things I do for the people that I love, but because I care that they feel happy, or that they are happy. And the fact that she was sad that she didn't have anybody to share those special days with made me sad. So I wanted her to feel happy, so I would do things like that for her. But you're most definitely right. She does need to handle her own problems, and she has a voice. She can very well speak up. I'm not sure why she allows people to be. She's more than capable of speaking her piece herself. My skin tone is beautiful. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, let me see. What does that say? It was another question that I wanted to answer. What is it? Keep it classy. Cause I will most definitely keep it classy as much as I possibly can. I've always tried to set the standard for being a classy woman and exhibiting all things class, but sometimes the ratchet can come out. It can, no doubt about that. So I'll try my best to keep it classy. My thing, why would she tell the host your personal business? Now that's something that will be discussed as we get more into the show. They say, Chi and Marceau, they say they felt compelled to tell the host my personal business because what reason did they cite for telling them? They said they wanted to make sure that they were, I don't know, I don't want to say protected, because it definitely was not a situation that they needed to be protected. It felt like they would be doing the host a disservice if they didn't let them know. And I disagree. I disagree totally, which is something that we will explore as we get further into the show. And I'll give my reasons for why I feel like it was unnecessary, completely unnecessary, for them to share things with them about me. And I'm sure you will hear their reasoning for sharing or disclosing those things about me. Let me see what else. Hi. We saw you call out Kimmy for Tisha last season. Let me address that. I did not call out Kimmy. Now this is all on tape, on film, right? This is what happened. Kimmy and my cousin, Tisha's younger brother, T-Man, they were having a discussion. I was right there. I think I walked in on this, or I walked up onto the discussion. And while I was right there, I took part in the discussion. And Kimmy asked, if I'm not mistaken, she asked me, she said, what, let me think, how did it go? I think she said, what was I supposed to do in that moment or something like that? Fast, come on, dude. Goodness, you been all wild. Hold on 1 minute, y'all. Dang it. Okay, when I walked up, Kimmy and T-Man, they were having a discussion about why Tisha was upset with her. That's what it was. Why she was upset with her, with how she handled things at the reunion. And she asked me, she said, well, you know, why was she upset? What did I do wrong? And I said, I think she feels like you could have had her back a little bit more, because when I saw, you know, Tisha say one thing and then them ask you contradicted what she said on national TV. So I know that in that moment, Tisha was really embarrassed, like, damn, I just lied. And then Kimmy just, you know, kind of verified the fact that I lied. Like, chick, couldn't you wait until we got home to tell me that? That's all I was trying to express, is how Tisha felt, not necessarily how I felt. I didn't really see anything wrong with the way Kimmy answered the question, but I think she did, in fact, call out the fact that Tisha was telling a lie. And that's all. I never tried to come for Kimmy, ever. I just took part in the conversation. That's about it, though. I feel she did it because she didn't want you to be a part of the cast. I most definitely feel like they said some things about me that they should not have said in order to exclude me from a certain social circle, maybe. And I could be wrong. Those are my feelings. That's how I feel. I feel like they told them because they wanted them to view me in a certain way. I don't feel like what they said, the reason that they said that they told them, is, I don't feel like it's genuine. I don't. I could be wrong, but I don't feel that way. Have you been to Mel's events in the past? That's another thing that will in fact come up on the show. Mel and I have had events that we have both attended together. Okay, I cannot say right now. I can't answer that question right now. You will see me answer that question on the show, though, because I don't want to give that up. So keep watching, and that will most definitely be addressed. And if need be afterwards, then I'll come back on and I'll address it, you know, after you guys see it. But she didn't lie. They called her bougie in her face, not behind her back. Mel told them to leave afterwards. Yeah, I do remember seeing that scene where they called Mel bougie because she was rubbing necks with the upper echelon at that point. I didn't really understand that, but hey, to each his or her own. I don't know what all happened, but you are killing it on the show. I feel like you should be a permanent cast member. Well, thank you. Well, I guess we'll see what happens. That remains to be seen. Keep watching. This Tisha personality on the show, true to her real life personality. You know what? People view her different, her personality differently. Some people see this meek, mild, naive type character. Some people see a strong boss chick, you know, making moves. I would say that Tisha is most definitely a lot stronger than people give her credit for. She's not as mild and meek, and not as much of a pushover as people, you know, try. You know, I know that for a fact, because let me tell you, and we said this in one scene, but I think they cut it out. Letitia and I have a fist fought. I fist fought with her more than any person in this world. Me and Letitia have fist fought more than anybody I know. And she's not the type of person who will back down from a fight. A lot of people think, oh, Tisha wouldn't bust the grape. Oh, yes, she will. She'll throw them hands. Don't get it twisted. The best one will come out, and she will most definitely throw them hands. And, you know, we've had, sometimes I've gotten, you know, the upper hand on her, and sometimes she's gotten the upper hand on me. But for the most part, I always beat her down. No, I'm just joking. So her personality on the show, I think that sometimes people get it right, and sometimes people get it wrong. I do feel like people perceive her relationship with Marceau, sometimes I feel like they perceive it accurately, but she's not even as much of a pushover with Marceau as y'all think she is. Really, a lot of times I can give her credit to say a lot of times she does make decisions and run pretty much the household, you know. Now, if Marceau really puts his foot down and feels some type of way, then that's the way that they roll. But she most definitely holds her weight when it comes to, you know, making decisions in their house. She's not as much of a pushover as they make her seem to be. I will say that. Maybe manipulative. I don't see weak at all. Tell me if she backdoored you getting on the show. I can't address those two things right now. Is she competitive with her women friends? Not for the most part. Not really, no. Is she competitive with me? I feel like so, yeah. Let me see. Hold on, y'all. I'm kind of glitching up a little bit. Come on, phone. What's up? I do know, do I know coleslaw? They sell coleslaw at KFC. Let me think of some other places that they sell coleslaw at, Bojangles. I don't really like coleslaw though. I've never eaten coleslaw. I don't like really the taste. So, I do know of some places that sell coleslaw. I do. I knew it. Say that I was most definitely floored when I saw Tisha say, I want to make sure to quote this accurately. She said, I believe that Keke feels like I'm living the life that she's supposed to be living. I was floored and shocked and surprised, because that's most definitely my first time hearing anything close to anything like that from her as it related to me. I have always cheered for her through the poor connection. Hold on, it keeps pausing. I don't know, that keeps messing me up. I've always clapped for Tisha. So why she feels like I would feel like she's living the life that I'm supposed to be living, I have no idea. I am my own person. I always have been. I've never competed with any. Been the type of person to shade my friends or try to compete with anyone, be jealous or envious of anyone. That's just never been me. I didn't grow up that way. My mother is not that way. I've never seen those characteristic traits from my mom, and she didn't pass those down to us or teach us those things at all. I have y'all have 5 sisters, so for me, I learned how to share and be a giver to other women early on. I learned how to help other women or other girls, let me see, how to help them with anything that they had going on, because I was the oldest and I'm a girl and I have 5 sisters. So I've just never had that jealousy trait, because I've always had to help my sisters. So I've always been that type of person to want to help other women out, and I still am. Tisha was the only girl, so I guess woman or girl coming into her space can kind of disrupt that for her. What else? Hold on, I'm sure she's probably threatened. I hope that you guys do get to see my true personality. I do have a very dynamic personality. Like I said earlier, I'm a tell it like it is type of person. I'm fun. I'm smart. A lot of people had questions about me being an educator. I was an English professor at Alabama A&M University for 12 years. I taught there. I graduated in 2008 with my master's degree, and I started teaching there as an English professor at 26 years old, right the semester after I finished, and I did it for 12 years. I left my job. I resigned back in 2019, right before the pandemic hit, to become a full-time writer and to become an entrepreneur. I've never really wanted to teach forever. I do want to teach forever, but on a much larger platform. And I want to teach more than just about English and literature. I think there's so much more to life that I have to offer. So many of my life experiences that I've gone through and learned from, I feel like I can help other women navigate those experiences and come out on top. And that's what I'm more so about than anything else. Okay, any other questions before I go? And y'all keep in mind, this is like, one of my first lives, so be patient with me. I'm learning this thing, so if anything they need to be jealous of, I can't with you. I'm not gonna even repeat that. Why do you think everyone is attacking Mel instead of celebrating the success within her? You know what, I think that Melody is most definitely the type of woman who anyone who does not have enough confidence about themselves can be threatened by. She's always shaking and moving. She's very confident and very sure of herself, and I like those traits about her, because I'm a confident woman as well. So I think that people can be intimidated by her if they don't understand who she is as a person. They can take it as aggression instead of confidence. And I see confidence from her, not necessarily aggression. I do feel like a lot of people don't want to face the truth about a lot of things that's happened and been said and been put out there. And a lot of people keep saying this as well. A lot of people keep saying, what's your story? What is it that Tisha and Marceau told? And I keep saying over and over, y'all, just give it time. It will all play out. Y'all know we on the show, right? So y'all know that these things are, recorded, and there's certain things that we can't disclose before they're shown. So after they're shown, we can most definitely give more of an insight on the things that have taken place beforehand. Stop putting the cart ahead of the horse, y'all. It will come in due time, I promise you. And when it does come, I will discuss it with you. You can tell me, what you think about it. I'll tell you what I think about it, and I also tell you what I plan to do with it. Because you better believe I got a plan for my story. You ain't heard my story yet, but you will in due time. I promise. Okay? You look absolutely beautiful. Thank you so very much. I so appreciate that, y'all. Thank you. Let me see. Mel talked about everybody on the show. Y'all, come on now. If you're in a circle of people, everybody. And honestly speaking, that's their jobs. that's one of the things that they're there to do. They're there to speak about us. You can't have a show. Come on. Now, let's be rational. Think about this. You have a show with 6 people on the show. Nobody ever talks about anybody. Nobody ever mentions anybody else's name. You think that's realistic? It's not. You think that would make for good TV? It wouldn't. Would that be fun and give people, the excitement and anticipation to watch to see what, nobody didn't say about their cast members? No, it wouldn't. People talk about, everyone who's on the show does talk a little bit about the other people that are on the show. That's just how it is. That's the show. Let me see who else have me and Tisha made up. You're going to have to keep watching to see. I don't know. Did we not? It's my dad's birthday and he say, "You so fine, Kiki." I know, Uncle Baby. R.I.P. to my Uncle Baby. When I was a little girl, he would always tell me, "Kiki, you so fine." Thank you, Uncle Baby. He put confidence in me early on. Thank you. Okay, that would be a boring show. They all have admitted to talking about each other. Exactly. So I don't know why people act like it's such, like a terrible thing that, she talked about this person. Now, in the context does make a difference in the way someone shares information about someone else. However, everyone is going to talk about everybody that's on the show at some point. That's just, what it is. I go to church. Reality TV can't give me salvation. I agree. I go to church as well. Reality TV cannot give me salvation. And I don't think, I know that this reality TV show is not here to give you salvation. If they had a show, maybe that dealt with salvation, maybe that would help to bring people to Christ. But this is not the show for that. It doesn't give me salvation either. I go to church to get salvation too. So I feel you on that. Let me see. I know, Mama. Happy heavenly early birthday, Uncle Baby. I agree. Thank you for sharing that tidbit, Cousin Kimmy. Okay. Y'all keep asking me that. I can't answer that. What do I think of Destiny? I've only met Destiny a couple of times. I think that she's a beautiful girl. She was nice when I met her. She seems like she's fun and cool, and that's just, that's what I think of. I don't know her that well, but I think that she's a very beautiful woman, and I met her baby boy Lau. He's adorable. That's all I really can say, because I've never really conversed with Destiny like that to be able to give an opinion on her. Okay, anything else, y'all, before I go? I love you too. We need to lift each other up instead of tearing each other down. I agree with that wholeheartedly. Yes, I agree. We most definitely need to lift each other up. But let me say this as well. Let me say that in order to lift people up, sometimes you have to go through the ugly, and you have to get to the root to be addressed somewhere, myself included. Our nephew just passed. He had a motorcycle accident, and we just put him to rest today. So our family has just kind of been needing being on the show more. You will see. All right, y'all, I'm gonna take like a couple more questions and then I gotta go. Hey, Jennifer. Thank you, babe. My sister. I told you I got 5 sisters. So, if I miss one that's on the live, please don't beat me down to be mad at me. I'm just shouting out all the ones I see, y'all. Okay? I got a gang of sisters. Okay. Let me see. If this is an interesting question. Let me say this. Okay, if you and Tisha switch places, would you be proud of all of your actions in the relationship? I like that question. That's a very good question. Let me say that I feel like I would. Yeah, because especially because I know my heart and I know my intentions, and I know I know how much I love that girl. Anybody who's been around us knows how much I love that girl. I love her very much. I've only ever wanted to see my cousin succeed. I came to A&M a year before Tisha did, and I'll never forget right before, when she was still a senior in high school and trying to think about where she was gonna go. I was like, come to A&M, and so she came, and we all lived together. We were sweet mates, in the dorms for a long time, and then she and I moved out to into our apartment. We got our very first apartment together, and we lived together for a few years until I decided to go separate ways. And so I most definitely look back at our relationship, and I am proud of how I've handled in our relationship, because I know that I've only ever loved her. Now, have I done so or said some wrong things to her? Or yeah, I have a smart mouth and I'm bossy. I'm kind of bossy, y'all. So mind you, I said that I'm the oldest out of five sisters. I'm the oldest. I also have 2 brothers, but I have 5 sisters. So I'm used to being, in charge. So when I started hanging with Tisha and I'm trying to boss her around and tell her what to do, and she's like, who you think you are? You ain't my mama. You're not going to boss me around. And I'm like, you going to do what I said do because Kiki said do it. And she's like, nah, not happening that way. And I'm like, what? Not happening that way. That's how I went. I'm just joking, but no, we did have some altercations because I was bossy. So I would say I'm not necessarily proud of some of those moments, but I know that I've never ever done anything to maliciously hurt.
So you guys, after hearing everything that Kiki had to say, what do you think? Does it make you look at her differently? Do you think that she came on to the show to be malicious towards Tisha? Let's talk down below in the comment section. Make sure to thumbs up this video, like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell button. I love you guys, and I will see you on the next video. Peace.